Um, I got an email. I'm just going right in. So I got an email yesterday. My emails have been really weird. And I know the reason why, because I have so many devices that I check my emails on that I think that sometimes they get lost in between one or two of my phones and then my laptop versus my desktop. So, and then another laptop. So, yeah, so I can easily see how I may have missed an email that came, I think, Friday. So today is Sunday. So um, I got a response from, I don't even know what to call this organization without calling it by name. I don't want to call it by name. Um, Not quite yet, but we'll see. So it's kind of like uh, uh, I don't even know if it's nonprofit. So that's the whole thing. It's like it's an organization that helps people, not quite healthcare, but the in between. Um, so they seem to be like an aggregator to healthcare. I mean, that's the best way I can describe it. So this organization, they seem to be on top of it and like really, and I will give them that. Like they're very speedy because I've applied to one this summer. I've yet to hear anything from them at all. Like because I'm looking for services that my brother can make use of, being he's disabled. He may qualify for things like a nurse aide or some other healthcare like medical devices and things. So they might be the ones that could help, maybe, hopefully. But I'll still, I don't know. Now that I remember, I need to go back on that and see will they answer. But it's such waiting list and dead ends, and they don't do like what you call it, mental illness. Like I've literally had this one woman. She was so nice, and I think I told you about this in videos before earlier this year. She was really nice. She was kind. But then she told me, and this is what I need to hear, what's really going down as far as like, well, this is when I was still looking for a nurse for my brother. Like not a nurse, but a group home for him. And he was this was kind of right before he went into the hospital because he was starting to really have like these symptoms that I didn't know what to do with. So anyway, so I was calling people, and this one lady in particular, she was really, really very kind. She told me what I needed to do. Basically said that there are a lot of people who won't take him because he's not sick enough, and it's very disheartening sometimes when your loved one needs like medical treatment and they're saying that, well, he's not sick enough. He's just not severe enough. And it's almost like you got to wait until he's, almost like it's almost lethal, almost deadly for somebody to get some help. And that's kind of where we are with the state of the United States healthcare system at this point. But anyway, um so between me, after he got into the hospital and he came out, got a new diagnosis, we had a summer, I think a pretty decent summer, um, without, worrying about going to a doctor or whatever. I did try to get him to go to the eye doctor. It didn't work out. He panicked and didn't go. But we had a pleasant summer. Now I'm back at work, back at school, and I can't spend as much time as I was with him before. And I'm glad that, a friend of a friend kind of made the recommendation to this organization that I'm now reaching out to. They seem really attentive. I talked about the first intake online that we had on the Zoom. It seemed okay. I was so, I don't know, worried. And then the woman, she was like reassuring and she also very kind. Um, and now this next part. So I'm getting emails saying that they're going to come visit the apartment, and I was under the impression that they would try to wait until I was there, because I tried to tell them that he's kind of nonverbal, my brother, that is, and that you might not get what you need out of him. um, but I can only do what I can do. Maybe they need to see what I mean by that. And I hope that, this is not a, oh, well, we can't take him situation. That's where now I'm starting to panic or whatever. What I mean by take him, he's still going to have the apartment because it's in my name, you know. It's just that they would help him get a psychiatrist, a doctor, a dentist, all of these things. And they would be able to get him there. Like, all the things I could do, but I can't do because I'm at work, right? So if he has a doctor's appointment, I could get off work, but after a while, especially once a month, unless it's for my own health or if I had a child or if I was his guardian, and that was the other issue, which I'm like, I don't know if I want to be his guardian financially. That's a big responsibility, especially when he's doing things that is like damaging himself basically, in a lot of ways. So I just thought for now I don't want to be his guardian because of the things that he is doing that are not responsible, and he doesn't know any better cuz he's ill, right? So yeah, so hopefully this organization will be able to work with my brother, and we can work together because he had an organization like this in the other city, but he didn't have family there that was, watching and there every, like, all the time, you know? So I feel like this will be different because I see him every day at this point. And at first I was thinking, oh, he's fine. But no, he needs to be seen every day because of his memory. His memory lasts maybe 10 minutes long on some days, depending, you know? And, it's very dangerous for somebody who can't remember things. Like he'll leave the stove on. Luckily, I mean, he has good hearing. Like he can't leave the water on. That's something that he might do, but he can hear the water running. But the stove being on, that's a problem. He's done that a few times. He's burned. I think it was last week. He burned some food overnight. And he tried to cover it up. See, that's the other thing. It's like he'll do something, he'll make a mistake, and then he'll try to cover it up by throwing everything away. And I'm like, I can't. If you mess up the laundry, you don't throw it in the trash, you know? Like things that was happening like that, he's throwing away like bedding. He almost threw away his winter coat. I've stopped him in the middle of it, so I kind of have to, now that I'm thinking about that too, I got to re-dye his coat. He put bleach on it by accident. And then he was like, "Well, I don't like it. I don't want it like that." I was like, "But it's meant to keep you warm. It's not, I mean, I could make it look camo if you wanted to. Like, we can make it better. It's a brand new coat, so stuff like that, that he has a mental capacity sometimes of a 14-year-old that he's never experienced the world, even though he's triple that age, you know? And, oh, hi, Tina. I haven't seen you in a while. How's it going? Let's talk about my brother. Yes, I've I've been spending, I guess it's almost been well, I won't say quite a year, um, that he's been here in the city with me, but he's disabled, and I'm just navigating how to do caregiving with him. We've gone through some hard times, I guess, like some bumpy months. Things have gotten a little even, not, I won't say little. We've gone through a lot, and he's doing a lot better. Um, he's done a lot better in the last, like, oh, like I said, over the summer. It's been pretty decent. And he has, um, I've got straightened out his diet a little bit more. He still like really wants sugar a lot, like too much. But he's doing pretty well. And hopefully with this second intake, he will be more taken care of, because that's been the big issue with getting like a care team. Okay. And I see there are some folks here from, it looks like Indonesia. Hello. Um, but he is he is in need of a care team, and I can only do so much as one person. And I'm the only like relative that lives in this city. So if it would have been different maybe had he gone to where the rest of our family is right now, but I don't think they would have understood the delicacy and the nature of his condition, you know? So it's very tricky, and I'm glad that I've gone to a lot of support groups, and I'm thinking um it's happened in the last few weeks that I can't catch up with a support group lately online, but I need to go ahead and make another effort to find another one, just to keep my, keep in community with people who are also caretaking for a loved one, somebody who can't take care of themselves, you know. But yeah, so that's where I am now, and I just finished cooking for the week. I made him some pork roast. That was the first time I ever made that. It's like it actually came out really well. And I meal prepped a lot of the meat that I bought for him because he likes to eat meat. He is a meat eater, even though I am plant based. Okay, you know, the plant. I am plant based. I'd still eat meat, but I just don't eat enough of it. And then I made before I go. I made my butternut squash and this time oyster mushrooms. So I haven't made that before, so I'm curious to see what that's going to taste like. And onions. And what else did I um oh, this time around I think I put in some cheese just to see, cuz I hear that oyster mushrooms have a meaty taste, just like portobello. So portobello is mm, I guess a great meat substitute for those people who don't eat meat anymore. And it's very, yeah, it's very nutrient dense for folks who need that, that nutrients. I'm also considering, which I'm already doing. I did started it last year, eating by season, and now that it is at least in the Western Hemisphere in this part of the world, yeah. hmm Yeah, there are a lot of support groups, and I lean now that I know that there's some for me, because I was trying to get him on them, but now that I know that there's some for me out there, I'm trying to look for them as well, just for the sake of knowing, like, you're not alone in the world, and you're not the only one dealing with things, you know, and it's a hard road. Like eventually, we're all gonna get to a place where we need to be taken care of by somebody, right? You can only, heaven forbid, if we ever get to be that old or in a condition of that nature, right? Mm. And it's just I'm very grateful that I found him because he went missing. He was missing for almost 3 years. Okay. He comes back with a head injury. Like, yeah, I mean, you couldn't make this stuff up, seriously. Um, but he's alive. He is healthy for the most part, but he still has these, symptoms. And I am very, very grateful that I have him, even though, people say, oh, that's a lot of work. It's like, you know what? It's better than visiting him at the gravestone. Okay. Yeah. It's better than visiting my brother at the grave. Okay. Because there are people who are doing that. And I'm so grateful that he is alive. Yeah. Now, with that, I'm going to say take care, have a good one. I'm going to put my meals for the week because, again, I'm a busy, busy person. I'd cook for myself and a little bit for him, or at least meal prep for him so that he has healthy meals um, when he's able to, when he has enough energy to be able to cook for himself. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I try to pop in as much as I can. I usually am going live early in the morning because I go to work on the East Coast, Eastern Standard Time. I am on the road at 6:45 at least. I have to be. Okay, so I got to be at work by 7:30, so, you know, there's that. All right, folks. So yeah, so like and subscribe, all the things. Watch my playlist, Tina, out there. You would know what's going on. I got at least 100 videos going on out there. So, um, taking care of somebody who is close to your own age with a will of their own, and they don't realize that they have a problem, that could be a problem sometimes. But I think we're at a good point right now, and I did tell him a counselor could be coming this week. He seems excited about it. I want to just make sure that he doesn't like have a panic attack and do something weird. So I'll keep everybody up to date on that, but things are going pretty okay. I just want to make sure it continues that way. He is still taking. I'm still give him his new what you call it, his supplements along with his medication. I'm hoping that his brain function can continue to get better. You know. Hmm. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. All right. So yeah, so I just want to make sure my brother is being taken care of because it could have been a lot worse. And I definitely am grateful that I don't have to bury him. And grateful I didn't have to see him, you know, in very worse situations. Hi, Magneticus. Hi. Yeah, I'm about to get off. So yeah, you can watch again from the beginning. I'm gonna try to make this one public as soon as I get off, but we'll see. But I've been posting a lot this week, and I was just talking about how my brother is gonna see a counselor hopefully this week. Yay! So that's exciting. Okay, is he doing okay? He's doing okay. Um, I was getting a little worried. I don't know. Sometimes I get a little worried sometimes, but then I guess just like a mom or a sister or whatever. Um, is making sure he's eating. Well, I see him every day. Um, and his medication seems to be doing okay. The new old medication. I've got him on supplements and things like that. I just, he is sleeping better, I will say that, and that's nice. So he's getting a better routine about the sleep, even though I kind of still wish, I know, that he would actually right at dinner time go into his pajamas because he tends to fall asleep in his clothes. But then he wakes up around, like 4 or 5 hours later and he gets up. And then I think that's when he changes clothes into his pajamas. Yeah. Yeah, intake. Yeah. So that's what they call it. It's like hopefully she is coming to visit him, and that's the thing. I'm hoping this will be great. We saw one lady a week ago on Zoom. That was an intake, and I'm glad that they're letting me help in the communication process because sometimes when he gets upset or nervous or panics, he shuts down and he does not he can't communicate. And he goes nonverbal. Yeah. No, he was in the hospital in April, but now no, we're in a good place right now. He's eating well. He likes the ribs I made. I made some more ribs for him this afternoon and put some in the freezer. And yeah, he's doing okay. And yeah. That's what I'm trying to prevent. Another hospitalization, like, it's unnecessary. Um we just now need we just need a counselor, which I think we're getting. Happy new moon, y'all. Okay. And with that, I'm gonna say take care, like and subscribe, tell your friends. Caretakers unite, okay? That's all I gotta say. Caretakers and the ones we care for. Okay, it's a thing. All right, take care, y'all.